What's going on, you gamers? Today we're going to be going over a little more Outriders Worldslayer. What we're covering today is what I believe are very possibly going to be 3 of the most powerful mods, at least of the ones we've seen so far, in order to get our hands on. And that's coming up next. Welcome back everyone. Today we're jumping into a little bit more Outriders Worldslayer, and we're going to be going over some of the mods that we know are going to be hitting in the DLC. Now obviously there'll still be some weapons that are under wraps, but from what I've seen so far, these mods, or these tier 3 mods should I say, really seem to stand out. As always, if you enjoy this content then a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated, and if you'd like to become a member of the channel then hit that subscribe and bell icon. But for now we're going to be taking a little look at the mods that I think really stand out from the rest and why I think they're that good. So first off we have the Boulder Lens weapon, and this one's a handgun. The weapon itself looks to have a pretty nice setup with a little bit of weapon life leech, status power and skill life leech, and it seems to be all about keeping you alive. But the tier 3 on it is the thing that I'm after more than anything. That's because it's this one just here, till death do us part. Successful shots connect you to an enemy, healing you for 4,172 and dealing 276,241 damage to the enemy every 0.5 seconds, and it lasts for 4 seconds with a 4-second cooldown. Now obviously the numbers, whenever I'm saying them, they'll go up, they'll go down depending on your build, but that seems pretty good. You're going to get a nice chunk of healing as you're shooting. Even though you are going to have a little bit of a cooldown with the 4 seconds, it means you're going to be getting a lot of nice extra just for you kind of being tethered to the enemy, as well as that big old chunky healing. If the endgame is as difficult as I'm hoping it is, this may be a mod to watch out for. The next weapon mod we're going to be looking at is chucked straight over on the final Penance. This I believe is going to be one of the weapons to look out for. It looks amazing, and its tier 3 mod I would say is probably one of the best ones you can get, especially if you're after those anomaly builds. If you're after those anomaly builds, this tier 3 mod right here, Mage's Rage, as you can see, critical shots grants a 10% anomaly power bonus for 10 seconds, and it's going to stack up to 4 times. Now even though it's not the most accurate gun in the world because it is a double gun, just aiming for the body, going up to the head, you're easily going to get those crits off, and you're going to get an abundance of anomaly power through this. Nice and easy way to get anomaly power, and 40% is absolutely massive. Before everyone was using a death shield, and even though that was straight up damage on everything, I think this one's going to be one of the easiest mods to put into a build in order to get your anomaly damage up and for a long duration. Now coming in at our number 1 slot, and this weapon not only looks absolutely amazing, the Mythos. It's one of the better looking guns that I've seen in the game. It really is. It kind of changes when it specials up as well when I've seen the video of it, so it's definitely one to watch out for. But not only does it look amazing, it can also work on a lot, and I mean a lot of builds, a lot of playstyles, a lot of classes, and even though it may seem like it's probably suited most of the Devastator, I think this mod, the tier 3 mod, this one right here, the Omen, may well be one of the strongest in the game when the DLC hits. Shots launch a cover piercing anomaly projectile that inflicts bleed and deals 6,722,955 damage, and applies a status that increases damage received by 30% for 3 seconds with a 4-second cooldown. The main thing about this, it's able to cause bleed, it's able to pierce cover, it's able to deal extra damage, and it gives you an extra 30% damage on top of the target you're aiming at. This right here is literally the jack of all trades. It has pretty much everything in it, and like I said, you're going to be able to make a lot of things work with this, and I think it's going to be able to dish out so much damage that is well worth putting on almost any weapon.
Overtime.
And jumping over to a bit of a bonus one, and that's this one right here, the Deathscape. This one I would say is probably mainly suited towards a technomancer more than anything, so I didn't want to put it completely in my listing in case you're not a techno, but the mod that's on it is absolutely awesome. The gun itself looks awesome, it's just got a great feature to it as it shoots at green skulls. But the tier 3 mod on it is not to be overlooked, and that's stigmatized. Successful shots inflict toxic and mark the target for 5 seconds. Killing the marked enemy causes them to explode, dealing 5,835,898 damage in a 6 meter radius, and marks the enemies caught in the explosion with a 5-second cooldown. This is going to be amazing on a lot of Technomancer builds with a lot of heavy damage coming from their weapons, and definitely be a fun one to watch out for. Well, you gamers, let me know in the comments what you think. What mods have you seen that you're really looking forward to getting your hands on, and are there any weapons that you feel stand out that I may have missed off the list? But as always, for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, take care. I'll see you on the next day.